Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the show that's on in the afternoon. We've got two of our favorite guests in studio today.
Favorite guest alert! Yes,
I
excited.
love these shows that we do with the city archaeologists.
So fun. They are the best.
They really are. They really are. We had a great conversation before the show.
Yeah.
We could probably talk about dogs for this entire show, but we won't.
We could do a dog special,
But
definitely.
we won't. We'll have them in some other time now that we know we can all talk about dogs for way longer than we need to.
Yeah, but it is a sport.
It is.
When you find other dog people, you're like, ooh, have you tried this? Yeah.
We got Katherine Sims and Andrea White in here with us this afternoon. Excited to talk about some of the findings here in St. Augustine.
Yes, they
What's
finished
going
up
on?
a dig. This is going to be exciting. Good update.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, what did they find?
There's always something to find.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you dig long enough in St. Augustine, you will find something.
I hope it's cash.
I don't think it's cash.
Well, sometimes you never know. Jeez.
Well, we can ask.
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
Buffalo nickels. I don't know what they used back then. You know what I mean? Yeah, something like that.
There you go. Yeah, okay. Wooden teeth.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk about that. We got your horoscopes, we got your events coming up, and we got some dog funnies at the end of the show.
Yes, that's great.
If you're a dog person, you got to stick around to get a load of this.
Yeah. Or a cat person, you can laugh at the dogs.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's an all-rounder.
If you're a Ford person, you got to stop by Bozard Ford Lincoln. Even if you're not, maybe it's time to make the switch.
Yeah.
They have been more than just a dealership since 1949. They're a family-owned beacon of trust right here in St. Augustine. They were founded on the principles of honesty, integrity, and community service, and that Bozard family tradition continues to thrive through generations. They've got that state-of-the-art service facility, 91 climate-controlled bays out there, quick lane for no appointment needed maintenance, super easy, pop in, pop out, you're done. And you can enjoy the comforts of their customer lounge and the unique flavors of Ford's Garage. They are the proud recipients of the prestigious Triple Crown Award and named Florida's Dealer of the Year by Dealer Rater. And their team is dedicated to providing an enjoyable and efficient experience. We all need an efficient experience
For
these
once,
days.
yeah.
I know. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they offer the best in pricing, selection, and service. Stop by today just off 95 and State Road 16, where your satisfaction is their mission, and they are driven to inspire. Also, the Bailey Group, providing custom solutions for happy, healthy employees. Building the perfect plan to attract high-performing and loyal employees can be hard. Making sure that plan meets legal, regulatory, and all the other requirements, that's a really tough part. We're not insurance agents. We don't know. You know, just us regular people off the streets. That's why we go to the Bailey Group.
I thought I knew. I knew, and I paid so much more until I met the Bailey Group. They cut my bill so far down. It's absolutely amazing what they can do for you.
It really, really is. And it's an easy consultation. You go in there, you sit down with Tammy or one of their other great folks out there at the Bailey Group, and they're going to make it easy. It's non-judgmental. They're not going to sit there and say, why weren't you doing, you idiot?
How many pre-existing clauses? No, they're not going to. They're going to tailor it just for you and your needs.
Yeah, it's easy, and you're going to thank yourself. You're going to love yourself. You're going to wish you'd talk to the Bailey Group sooner.
I do. I really do. Could have saved thousands. I mean, really, truly.
904-461-1800. Make that call. And just talk to them. Talk to them. See if they're the right fit. I bet they probably will be.
Get real. It's a good deal.
There you go. Ooh, good tagline.
Thank you, sir.
We just got something new.
Yeah. Mark, call me. You owe me some. Just kidding. I love you, buddy.
And a Lace Med Spa.
Yes.
If you're looking for a relaxing and rejuvenating experience, look no further than Elace Med Spa. At Elace, they specialize in providing you, their clients, with a wide range of luxurious spa treatments and advanced medical aesthetic procedures. They do all the best procedures here in town. If you're looking to unwind with a hydrofacial or enhance your natural beauty with Botox, dermal fillers, laser treatments, body contouring, hair services, you need to take it off, you need to put it on.
Absolutely.
They can do it out there for you. Elace Med Spa. Check them out at elace.com.
It's beauty on your terms.
It is. Elace.com/Davy. See where that takes you.
Yeah, see if there's a discount.
Yeah. Oh, see? You never know until you try.
You never know.
All right, man. Maybe the archaeologists have dug up some money, and you can use that money at Elace Med
What I'm
Spa.
hoping for, yes.
Katherine Sims, Andrea White, thank y'all for coming in. Always good to see you.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for inviting us back.
Yes.
Of course.
Always great to make another appearance.
Well, we love having you. So what's new? You guys just finished up a dig. Am I hearing that right?
That's right. We just finished up back in March excavations out at the St. Benedict School in Lincolnville.
Oh, really?
We've been working out there on and off for the last 2 years, kind of in coordination with the construction efforts and phased work with the contractors to try to get that site documented. And we found so much stuff out there.
Okay.
So like, how does this come about? Like they're all of a sudden going to start doing something like, wait a minute, we see some things that maybe you guys should explore. Like
actually we have an archaeological preservation ordinance here in St. Augustine, which is pretty amazing. It's very unique. We do not have, or at least the rest of the country doesn't really have archaeology preservation ordinances. So anytime there's going to be ground disturbance that is going to occur and you have to get a building permit or a right-of-way permit, we get an opportunity to come in if it's within an archaeology zone, and of course all of Lincolnville is, to do a little bit of documentation prior to construction. So we can document what's there before it's pretty much lost. So that's what prompted all of this.
I'm thinking like the old men that are on the beach with the metal detectors. Like, is that how show up there? Is that like how it starts?
No. We started out, we excavated some really small test holes just to see what's there. Because we can do all the research in the world. We can compare all the previous sites in the world. But you never really know until you put a shovel on the ground.
Right.
So we started doing testing, and we're pleasantly surprised at how much was intact out there of former ground surfaces with school debris.
Really?
Like clear school debris. And so we started doing units, bigger excavations to document what all was out there. But there was a wonderful assortment of material. The school was built in 1898.
Good, great.
This is a really long-lived school. And then it didn't close down until 1964 after desegregation.
Okay.
Oh,
So this
wow, okay.
was the earliest Black private school, Catholic school in Lincolnville.
Oh, wow.
And it was run by the Sisters of St. Joseph. And they that order came to the United States from France to educate recently emancipated kids back in the 19th century. And so they did that not just in St. Augustine, but in many places across the U.S.
So what did you mean? You said you found school things?
Yeah, so some of the school material, and we gave you some pictures too, so you can kind of see along with us.
Okay.
There's things like writing tablets where kids would practice their letters. We found slate tablets and slate pencils. We were finding things like inkwells, and then we get some of the later material, pencils and fountain pen nibs.
Okay.
So it's like the full range of school material culture from that site, which is really interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kids are notoriously difficult to isolate in the archaeological record if you think about the things that kids leave behind.
Yeah.
Especially, 100 years ago.
Right.
There's not a ton of material, but when we're getting out there and it's buttons and straight pins and toy fragments and weird
Hair
rocks.
barrettes, yeah.
Wow.
Like,
really?
oh yeah, this is some kid found a weird rock somewhere and took it to school.
Totally.
And
Yes.
like, showed it off, and weird shells and hair barrettes and suspender clips. And
How are they in the ground though? Like, I don't get it. Like, how is that happen?
Well, you lose stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like things fall out of your pockets, they fall out of your car. So you also often lose things. And there's also people disposing of trash. And so really that's what we do as archaeologists is find trash, either things people have lost, discarded, and thrown away. So we use all of those things to really kind of reconstruct what people's past lives were like. If we collected your trash out of your trash bin, I know it sounds gross, but if we did that for like even a year, think about all the things we could tell about the people living in your household, right?
Please don't do
How
that
many,
for me. Please don't do that.
what types of pets you have, how many pets, like there's so much information, your consumer choices, maybe what religion you are, like what ailments you've had because you have certain throwaway medicine bottles. So those are the types of things that we use to really reconstruct people's lives that are misrepresented or underrepresented in the historical record.
I love that.
People like children. Which,
You're telling the story.
yeah, which is what's so great about schools. It's a chance for us to really pinpoint children's lives because they're hard to tease out if you were just working on like a household because they're eating the same things as their parents or guardians. So schools really get us excited to be able to like pinpoint and look at children in the archaeological record.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then when you find these things, you mentioned a lot of the times you're documenting these things. Are you putting them back in the ground? Do you bring along with you things that are definitely of value that you want to study more? Like, what is the process once you find something in the ground?
We tend to save everything. So archaeology is like scientific and it's basically controlled scientific destruction. So as we're excavating something, we're actually destroying the record of it, but we're doing it by taking tons of photographs, copious amounts of notes and paperwork, and recording, mapping everything that we find. So we're recording everything as we destroy it. So we might find, for instance, we went looking for 2 privies that we knew were probably out there. Privies are kind of like, they were called water closets, basically outdoor restrooms
Okay, gotcha.
before indoor plumbing.
Okay.
And so they're holes in the ground with a little building built over them where you go do your business. And so that might sound disgusting to look for archaeologically,
That's how I still live.
Think about what, buttons and other things fall off when you're, going to the restroom and you're working your
And
clothes.
you're not going to go get them back.
Right.
No, yeah.
Oh my God.
They have to. You wait for hundreds of years for y'all to go dig them out. That makes the job sound real glamour.
Yes. So those were some of the things that we were looking for archaeologically because we knew they showed up on maps, and we thought that they might contain some artifacts that could help us reconstruct the past. And we actually partnered with the Florida Public Archaeology Network from Northeast Florida, based at Flagler College, to help us use a ground penetrating radar. They volunteered their services and equipment to help us pinpoint where these privies were going to be. So that was
that's okay.
exciting.
Like another team can come on deck.
Oh,
with you
yeah.
guys.
Oh, yeah. It's a very collaborative
You're like,
side.
I found this first.
Archaeology is very collaborative.
No.
Pirates of
We
Caribbean.
partner with the Florida Public Archaeology Network quite a bit because they have resources that we don't have. Like we don't really have a need for a dedicated city archaeology program, ground penetrating radar unit. Like super
don't?
expensive. We just don't. It's not something we would use all the
Get
time.
that for you
But
for a grant. I'm just saying.
maybe in the future. Maybe in the future.
Okay.
But for now, they're amazing. And they came out when they heard the call. They came out the next day and helped us locate these privies. And we knew that they were going to be in an area that was going to be impacted. They're actually where the new parking lot is now. And they were going to be churned up. And we knew if we didn't document it and salvage that information, that it was going to be gone.
Right. Yeah.
So they came out, and we actually were surprised to find 3 privies. One was from the construction of the school. It's like really early on, like 1890s. And then the other 2 were from the actual school's use.
Oh, I was gonna go teacher's lounge, maybe. No, okay.
That's a good thought. Yeah,
That's a good thought.
We had that original thought too. We're like, oh, is this a private one for the sisters?
Yeah,
but
right. Yeah.
Turns out that was not the case. But yeah,
Okay.
that was one of our initial thoughts.
How do you
But
guys know how deep to dig? Like when you know, like, okay, we're done, we've hit the bottom. Do you like go all the way down?
Well, it depends. Here in St. Augustine, we either dig until we hit culturally sterile subsoil. It's part of the natural landform soil. It's never been modified or disturbed by humans.
Okay.
Or until we hit water, whichever comes first.
Okay.
Not too far from the water.
happening a
Not
lot
too
more
far.
frequently, unfortunately.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
What you're
The
hitting
Table's a
water.
lot higher than it used to be.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So does that
Okay.
mean a lot of history is probably erased because
Oh,
of that?
definitely.
We're losing our ability to document a lot
Yeah.
of the stuff.
It's
wow.
partially an access problem. Like we can't, if you think about digging a hole in the beach, once you dig a hole really deep and it's just filling with water and
Right.
it's just collapsing. So part of it's an access problem. We just can't physically get to it. The other part of it's a preservation problem because as artifacts are being inundated with water and then they dry out and then inundated and dry out. So organic material especially tends to degrade really quickly. Iron material corrodes and it's being destroyed faster than we can save it. So
Yeah.
that's a topic for another
That's a
time.
totally
That's
different
interesting,
day.
though, for
Yeah.
sure.
So will we see any of your finds from this dig on display
Cool.
anywhere?
That's our hope.
That's our
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah.
We have now done over the last couple of years, we've done work that documented school deposits from Excelsior, which we know and love is the Lincolnville Cultural Center. But we've also done work at school number 2, which was predating Excelsior, and it was the first public Black school in Lincolnville. And
Okay.
we've got St. Benedict School. We have 3 schools with deposits that we have so much information about, and we've done so much documentation that we want to share it. So we're pursuing grant funding so that we can share the information with the public.
And that's what us as archaeologists do. We like to have comparative material, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that we have at least two schools that are contemporaneous,
Mm-hmm.
one's free and one was a Catholic, we're going to be able to compare that material. And we're just starting to process it in the lab. So archaeology, the fieldwork is only a small part of what we do as part of the archaeological process. It's maybe 25%. So we've had to bring back all the material, all our notes, photographs. We have to catalog all those things, wash and process and clean the artifacts, curate them. So there's a lot more of our work that we've yet to get around to doing.
Wow.
We're still in the process. And I will say we have a wonderful group of volunteers.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Who help us process all of
That's
that.
fantastic.
Because
Yeah.
it's a lot of work and we cannot do it by ourselves.
Right.
No.
So we've got 30
That's good.
volunteers. who
30
help with
volunteers.
that.
And we just got another staff archaeologist. So that's very exciting. Kate Gaines has joined us this year. So we're expanding. And so we're really excited to have her.
Does she
on
have
board,
like
too.
special expertise that like are you guys like Captain Planet? You're wind, water. Now we combine our forces. Yeah.
Yes, and candy abilities to make it rain when we don't want it to.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
a superpower that gets in the way.
Remember the King Street boat? Remember that with the rain
Yes.
situation
Yes.
you guys had out there
Yeah.
with?
Oh, yeah.
Chuck was talking to us about that too. That was a major
Yeah,
project.
weather never seems to be on our side. There's
No,
always like an
absolutely
impending
not.
storm coming.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotten rained out every day this week.
Yeah.
I think every single day this week. It's yeah. I volunteer to not be Captain Water.
I'll just say that.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll give you Captain Heat, maybe. I feel like that's one of the other things we battle.
So you guys ever feel like you're going to run out of spaces to explore in St. Augustine?
God, no.
Oh,
No, never.
No.
Awesome. That's great news.
Yeah.
And part of it's because we only do these investigations in areas that are going to be disturbed. So we
Okay.
don't go off on other sections of the property and go explore on
Right.
the fringes of that one particular property. We only investigate that one spot. So we tend to go back to the same properties multiple times over years or decades,
Mhm.
where somebody at some point decides to demolish that structure and rebuild another structure in a different place. And so we need to go back.
Like say I had a
Mm.
historic home and I want to put a pool in.
Yep. Then we
Yep.
would go back and do work for the pool too.
Okay. Very
Pools are very
interesting.
popular these days.
Oh,
We're
gosh.
we're drowning.
Drowning.
In pools. Yeah, there's everybody wants a pool. So, and they're more destructive. You don't think about it, but digging that big, deep pit in the ground actually is doing a lot of potential damage to
Yeah.
an archaeological record. So we have to take a
Absolutely.
lot longer to investigate that area.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
To dig deep.
Wow.
Yes. Ooh. Mhm.
So why does it matter? Why is it important? A lot of people might just say, well, they're finding old stuff. Cool, but they're finding old stuff. Why does it matter?
It's important to consider our heritage.
Mhm.
And I think it's also important to consider what we think of as being archaeological in St. Augustine. We do have a lot of Spanish colonial history, but there's so much more than just Spanish colonial history.
Mhm.
So Lincolnville, a wonderful Black community, they have so much history over there. And
Amazing.
it's just not, even though, okay, yeah, the school, it's 19th, 20th century, early 20th century, which for a lot of people is in a more recent memory, that's still archaeological. It still tells the story of that community and how people were living and where they were living and what they were doing. And it's no different than Spanish colonial archaeology, except it's older or more recent and in a different place.
Yeah.
And a lot of the historical documentation is lost, right?
Yeah.
For instance, the first Black public school that we excavated, a lot of the school board records do not exist anymore because they eventually get purged. They're not seen as important. And so this is giving another voice and another source of information to talk about past lives.
Yeah, it validates history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And we are all constantly learning new things about history
Yeah, true.
that we did not know.
So
And
do you
it's-
have like a favorite dig that you've been working on?
No, everyone asks us that all the time. Favorite
Really?
dig, favorite artifact, but
Yeah.
they're all important because they're all tiny little bits of information that help stitch together a much larger story about St. Augustine and its entire past.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to be able to contribute just a little bit of information to that. I mean, we're on the 60th anniversary of the passage of the Civil Rights Act. So this is one more part of that story.
Mhm.
You know, that's kind of what led to the, I don't want to say demise necessarily, but the closing of these schools because of desegregation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You just said the word lead. I mean, I worry about safety too with a lot of digs. We just had a dentist on talking about removing silver fillings and how toxic that was in her career.
Oh my gosh.
And so she really kind of changed the paradigm of her dental practice of, taking fluoride out of things. So how do you guys keep yourselves safe with like lead poisoning or things like that? Like
That's a good
what do
question.
you-
Yeah.
We don't eat it.
Okay, thank God. That's a good start. That's a
That
good
was a start.
start. Yeah.
Say, don't put it in your mouth. You can't lick that science. Don't lick the science.
Which,
All right.
Yeah.
Do you guys are you worried about like the fumes or anything like that from coming up or?
Sometimes. It depends on where it is in the city. Sometimes we get environmental reports in because, again, we're doing all this work in response to building and development. So often development projects have to do environmental review. So sometimes we get those reports too. It'd be like, okay, we cannot dig here because there is heavy metals and arsenic in the soil.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
And then
okay.
so in those cases, we just can't.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot we can do
Right.
except document what we can, but we can't dig into it. We certainly can't take volunteers out there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because that'll engulf in something. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. We just do the best that we can. Yeah.
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 Well, y'all are doing a great job.
Amazing.
And we always love talking to you.
Yes.
It's great to find out, what's in the ground here in St. Augustine.
What's new in the oldest city?
Yeah.
That's great.
There you go.
That's your new tagline for the segment when you guys come back.
We're full of new taglines today.
That's great.
We're doing it.
Yes.
Catherine, Andrea, thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Always
us.
a pleasure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
cool.
I'm so interested in the history of things, man, and where we came from.
Absolutely.
It really does. There's a lot of stories to be told.
All these artifacts are telling those stories too. That they find. It's amazing. I love it.
It's really great, man. Hey, another group that's telling the stories of St. Augustine, our friends at Old Town Trolley.
Oh, there they are.
You can sit back and relax as Old Town Trolley's licensed and talented tour conductors share over 500 years of St. Augustine's history, culture, and old world charm. You don't even have to dig in the mud to do it. You don't even have to get dirty.
All right.
Guests can enjoy the city's European flavor, the brick-lined streets, and the sights such as the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Henry Flagler's former Ponce de Leon Hotel. They're typically about a 90-minute tour, 22 stops, more than 100 points of interest, and you can use your ticket all day for on and off boarding, so you can get off, eat some lunch, have some drinks, and hop right back on a train and pick up where you left off. It's a great program. It really, really is. And a lot of perks that come with a ticket to the Old Town Trolley as well. They're the Old Town Trolley. They're the green trains. You're going to love them.
You can also leave your visiting guests on if they're getting annoying, and you can just go to bin 39, hang out there, and you can see them go round and round.
Yes, you can.
Speaking of round and round, for 45 years, the All-American Air has been serving St. Augustine and St. Johns County. They take great pride in providing quality service and installations, in turn gaining a customer for life. All-American Air can match any price, but no one can match their quality and service. Our friends at Steve Chapman's All-American Air will take exceptional care of your home unit. When was the last time you had it inspected or serviced? We'll get them out to your place. 904-461-0070.
And of course, you mentioned bin 39.
Yes,
Great stop on the Old Town Trolley route. You can go out there, and you are definitely going to find your new favorite wine out there. If you haven't already, if you've already found your wine at bin 39 and you've realized nobody else carries it,
Right.
then you're probably a pretty frequent guest. You're probably enjoying that wine out there on their patio, in their courtyard, pretty frequently. Of course, you can go in there and just have a few drinks, sample some wines, or bring some bottles home for special occasions. No matter what the occasion, they will help you find the perfect pairing for you. They've also got beer out there to drink. So if you're a wine person and you really want to go by and stop the wine, but whoever you're with is like, I'm not a wine person, they can get a beer out there. It's a great place. It really, really is. Bin 39. Give them a call, 904-827-5740.
You guys got to check out their socials. They just got this new gift out. They take these oysters and they have an artist paint inside of the oyster like a tapestry. There's like the lighthouse. So there's really cool vignettes of St. Augustine. Yeah, check them out. That's a cool gift.
All right,
so,
nice.
And they turn them into a wine stopper. So like, open up a bottle, you have to, and seal it off kind of thing. Yeah. It's cool. Yeah.
Really
cool. Cool stuff.
All right. Nice little flavor of St. Augustine there.
Yeah.
All right. It's horoscope time. Yay. Libra and Aquarius on deck today. We will start with Libra. Balance and harmony, Libra? How quaint. This week, your quest for peace will crash and burn as you find yourself becoming an unwilling participant in every argument you stumble upon. That sounds terrible. Your indecision will make for irritability and poor choices. And your social life will feel like one of those endless, awkward school dances.
Oh,
remember those? Yeah.
What is it? Yeah, 12 inches apart.
Financially, trying to treat yourself will only lead to buyer's remorse and another bill you can't afford. Time to ponder the dark abyss that is your savings account. Ooh. Jeez, that's real bad news.
Not fun there. No.
Not at all. Let's see if Aquarius is any better. Good news, Aquarius. That's a good start.
Okay.
Your revolutionary ideas will go down like lead balloons this week. That's not good news.
That's not good news.
Your attempts to break the mold will only make you look like you're trying too hard, which, of course, you are. Socially, prepare to feel like an alien, more so than usual, as your friends tire of your avant-garde nonsense.
Oh.
Financially, your unconventional approaches will continue to yield zero results.
Yep.
Maybe reconsider being normal for a change. We both know that's not happening.
No, don't downgrade your reality to fit into someone else.
Yeah, be weird.
Yeah, just be weird. Yeah, we'll celebrate.
I always
Don't worry
advocate
about it.
for being weird.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you who else is going to be all right. St. Augustine Ballet. They're holding an open house on Saturday, August 10th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. This happened over on Lakeside Avenue in St. Augustine. Students can meet teachers and see the 2024-2025 schedule. Give them a call, set up an appointment if you want, 904-810-5670. But open house.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, Flagler College alumni sent this over. Communicate more by saying less.
Okay.
So this is going to be a webinar. Get to the point, David. I get it. Communicate more by saying less is a knockout presentation by Diane D'Aresta. D'Aresta. There it is. So yeah, she's going to do like a webinar, but in this eye-opening webinar, author and certified professional speaker Diane D'Aresta will share how to create a crisp message and discover where you stumble and identify your most common speaking situations. So join them Tuesday, July 16th for this very exciting happening at 12 p.m. I'll put link in comments if you want to check this out. But yeah, communicate more by saying less.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yep.
All right. And then Alex's Capes and Tiaras 5K is coming up. Save the date, August 17th. This is a 5K or a walk if you want.
Okay.
The race starts at 8 a.m., $35 race fee. And this is it benefits, all proceeds benefit NMD United and Alex Landis Difference Maker Scholarship. Alex Landis made a difference and showed us what it means to move through life with purpose and passion. No one to shy away from the glitter and glitz. We are honoring Alex with their 6th annual Memorial 5K. So bring your capes and tiaras and run for fun for a good time. Alex co-founded the NMD United with the mission to bring understanding and resources and connections with those living with neuromuscular diseases. Very awesome. Yeah, check that out on Ray Smith. It's a part of their series. And I know a lot of people enjoy that one too. So Alex Capes and Tiaras 5K.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's official if it's on Ray Smith, man.
Yes, sir.
Very cool. All right, what else is official is that Magnolia Family Dentistry is redefining what it means to visit the dentist in St. Augustine and St. Johns County. Dr. Rodriguez at Magnolia Family Dentistry is not just about clean teeth. She's about providing you with a clean and extraordinary experience all across the board. From the moment you step into their doors, you will be welcomed into the state-of-the-art practice that prioritizes your comfort and your well-being. Their commitment to excellence shines through in every aspect of their care, from routine checkups to advanced procedures. Dr. Rodriguez and her dedicated team provide a warm, caring atmosphere where your health and your happiness are their top priority. See what your friends and neighbors are raving about. They're 10 minutes from anywhere in St. Augustine, so I promise you they're close to you. 904-824-0990. And our friends at Shea Lamore. You can step beyond the velvet rope and into the heart of plush romance at Shea Lamore. If you haven't tried Shea Lamore yet, you absolutely got to get down there. 45 San Marco Avenue. They are St. Augustine's premier jazz venue, tapas lounge, and special events. We really have nothing else like it in St. Augustine.
Very extraordinary.
You're going to be able to treat yourself to an unforgettable evening where Chef Ellie Rose's artisanal tapas dazzle your taste buds, and Chef Austin crafts fresh, vibrant, and excellent sushi experiences to elevate your palate. Sip on some fabulous drinks while live jazz fills the air, creating the perfect date night ambiance. Really is a great place. They specialize in private dining. They do rehearsal dinners. They do baby showers, luncheons, great parties. Great place to have a party.
Yeah, man.
And it's perfect for your next special event of anywhere from 20 to 150 guests.
That's great.
Yeah, man. Get in on a holiday party. If you're looking for a great place to have a holiday party, I'm telling you, don't rent out like a dumb warehouse or something that's not
this is so
fancy.
Special. This comes with parking.
Yeah, and that's hard to find in St. Augustine. So you can inquire now, reserve a date for the holidays, and if you do, and you mention 904 now, you're going to save $200 on that reservation.
That's amazing.
It's a great deal.
Yeah.
Great deal. Located in St. Augustine's vibrant uptown, again, 45 San Marco Avenue, parking. They're a 21 and up establishment. They're open 7 days a week from 4 to 11 and feature nightly entertainment at 7 o'clock. Got to get down there. Shea Lamore. Reserve your table at bitesbubblesandjazz.com.
And you got to get down to Panache and Aveda Salon. They believe that self-care is an essential part of a balanced lifestyle. Their dedicated team is passionate about helping you achieve a sense of well-being and confidence that radiates from within. Whether you're treating yourself to a luxurious spa day or enhancing your natural beauty at their salon or exploring their comprehensive range of retail products, they're there to exceed your expectations. Go to getpanache.com and get with it, boo.
Yeah, man.
All right, we've got the silliest new pics of doggos malfunctioning.
Okay.
All right, this first one, he stole a cheeseburger and he's just looking like he's smiling in his mouth, all right?
He's not sure whether to swallow that, if he's going to get in more trouble if he swallows it or what.
This is for me, yeah. Next up, Mother's Day, yeah.
Oh, wow. She looks thrilled.
The vibe, that face. Next up, choice for fava beans and a nice Chianti. What is this? Oh, Zion has ripped their nephew's ball into shreds and now wearing it like he's in Silence of the Lambs. Now I understand. Okay, yeah.
Oh, geez, brutal.
Yeah. Next up, this is Robert. He does this every time he realizes the walk is over.
I don't want to go inside.
Oh, this next one. My neighbor's dog smells the chicken I'm grilling.
Wow.
Hey, what are you doing over there?
Is that the roof?
Yeah, it looks like it's a vent of some sort.
Jeez.
Next up, a month ago, a dog, Dusty, found half a pie in this bush. So every day until the end of time, we must closely inspect the magic pie bush.
Yeah, right.
You're right.
Just in case.
Next up, my dog's beauty is sometimes hard to capture on camera.
Oh, yeah, looks like it.
Looks like it, yeah. Yikes. Next up, she likes to watch the fishies.
Oh, look at that.
Get down. Next up, wow, this is the best dog photo bomb ever.
Oh, geez, that is great. That's great. I hope they have that picture on their wall.
For sure. Next up, he thinks he's in the painting. There's the window. Okay.
Jeez, that's a dumb dog.
Not
Sorry,
too bright.
dumb
Not
dog.
too bright. And my dog has started laying down like a person now. Yeah.
The covers and everything.
Good night. Yes.
Oh, that's great. We love dogs.
Yeah, man.
We love our friends from the city archaeology department.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
them for coming in. Thank you for wrangling a good show together, Davey. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you to the boys in the booth. We appreciate you guys as well very, very much. And of course, everybody out there watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll look forward to talking to you in the morning.
Bye, everybody.